Page 40, Jingle Bells. Cut time or 2/2 time. So there's 2 beats in a major and a half note gets a count. No sharps or flats. We're in the key of C major. Make sure you can do the C major scale. Again, when I approach a piece or start learning a piece that's in cut time, I put it in 4/4 time to learn it, and then I'll put it back in cut time later. So in this video I'm going to talk about this as though it's in 4/4 time and a quarter note gets a count. Let's just go over the fingering. The rhythm shouldn't be a problem, they're mostly quarter notes, but the fingering, you know, I don't know. So here, you gotta reach up. And then they say stretch, that's their way of saying you're gonna come down here. Connect this and this if you can. If you've got real little hands, you can't do that. You're gonna have to move there. Do the best you can with it. And then thumb again. Jump up, just move. And then here, and then thumb again. Rest. Each time on these rests you got to move down, it looks like. Most of them are up. You're moving somewhere, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Let's go to the top of page 41. You're here. They want 4th finger on that. The reason is because we got an A, a G and an A coming up, so we're just using 4. You can use 5th finger on the first measure if you want. Here, but whatever you play the first G, the second measure at the top of page 41, whatever, you use any finger you want to play the first G, but by the time you get to the last G, it needs to be 4th finger because you got an A coming up. So you can do, and use 4 on that one, or you can use 4 on all of them. You use 5 on the first one and then 4. Doesn't matter. The point is the last note on that measure has to be with 4. Second finger down, and then that chord, it's a 5/7 chord. It's a B, an F, and a G. Then on the second line there's a note above the staff to play the right hand 8 VA throughout. Well, the notes are written here. 8 VA means go up or down an octave. When it's above the staff like this, you go up an octave. If it's below the staff, you go down an octave. So here, we're just going to move up here. We're going to play it up here. Rest, rest. Now, on the 3rd measure, now you need 4, because you can use 1 and 5 on the first 2 measures if you want to, but that 4th, because we got a 5th finger. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3 and 4 and 1. And then 3rd line down, you can use 1 and 5 on these, if that helps you. I tend to do a 4 on the first one, and then a 5, and then a 1/4, F natural there, and if you can, do a 2/5 at the end of the 3rd line. See, that's the chord, the whole chord, so I'm simply fingering it that way. Oh, well, I'm fingering it here and then here. Because I'm not, that's too much of a stretch. I wouldn't do that. So as you can do the here and here, 2/5. You don't have to move the hands so much, because now you got to come down here. So forth. Last line. You're up here. The changing fingers, that simply means now they want 3rd finger for these, because you were using 4th finger. So it's 2nd measure. And these little notes, I'll come back to those. Just play the C here. It's just an octave higher. If you have a short keyboard and you don't have it, then you play the same key again. That's fun. Left hand, well, you're down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like broken chords, isn't it? 2nd line, come up. You got rest between each one, so you got plenty of time to move. Now, what, 4th finger on the last measure of the 2nd line. That's fine. You could use 5th finger too, whichever. It doesn't matter because you got rest, you got time to move. Page 41, 2nd line, you're in treble clef. Because at the end of the 1st line, you see the double bars, and both clefs now get treble clef. They didn't need to give you a treble clef in the upper staff. You're already treble clef. They're just making it a point to show, by the way, both staves are treble clef here. Hint, hint. So in the second line, the left hand, that's a C. That's way up here. So it's the whole notes. And they're all C's. Well, isn't this fun? All the way to the rest of it, it's C's. Okay, put the hands together. And again, right now I'm connecting everything as best I can, except for the rests. Going on. Go over to page 41. Let's take the last two measures of the first line to get started. You're up here. Second finger here. I don't care what you use. You use second because you're going to use thumb here. And if you want to use thumb, you're going to use thumb again. I don't know. Actually, if you can hit third finger, might be better. Here. And now both hands go up. Here. There's no rest, no nothing. Both hands are moving. Good luck with that. You may have to practice it. You're here, whatever finger you're going to use in the left hand, to here. Or whatever, however, 1-4 or 1-5, whatever it is, you decide, but it's here, from here to here. You might have to practice that. It's because it's 1, 2. It's just immediate, just lift up and move. You're not real quick and jerky or nothing, you just lift up and move. You're cutting that half note just a hair short to give you time to move. Now, if it will help, because this is an arrangement, we can try rearranging it slightly. This hand move they want you to make going from the first line to the second line on page 41 is a little silly. I mean, this is more of an advanced move. I just don't see going real fast going here to here. I mean, that's dangerous. So what you can do to help you out with that is a couple of things. You pick one. And that is on the last measure of the first line, you're here. For the half note, instead of this note, come up here and play this G. Here. Okay, if you play it, say with second finger or whatever, that helps because now you're closer to where you want to be. So now you can focus more on the right hand coming up. That will help you if you can. So you're here immediately after you play the staccato, come up here. If you want, stretch out and do the G as an octave, play both of them. So it's, now you're still moving, but not as far because you're just going to here to here. Because you can play the first one with second finger and then thumb after that. So there's other ways of handling this than to have to go from here to here. That's dangerous. So you decide what you like and how fast you're going to go and so forth on how you want to do that. Rest. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Now remember, those are whole notes in the left hand. So you got to hold those down for the whole thing. Now let's go back and put in the staccatos and stuff. Wrist staccato here. You connect. And they're showing staccatos on the eighth notes there in the second full measure of the right hand for the eighth notes. Don't worry about that. It's going to go so quick, just play the eighth notes. And the left hand is staccato, short. So the right hand is all connected and the left hand is short. That'll be fun. Then at the end of the first line on page 41, the last measure staccato, now it's an accent. Just give it a little extra oomph. And then we go up here, staccato in the right hand, but keep the left hand as connected as you can. So forth. You get down to the bottom. The last couple measures, you're here. And these two little notes, what we have is we have a C chord extended out to the octaves. It's here. And these two little notes are going right before the third beat. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Like so. And that C in the left hand is tight. And it's a staccato on that quarter note, so both hands come up together. When you play that, come up together. Like so. Takes some practice to get that, but that's the idea of that. Dynamic wise, well, just get to know the piece and have fun with it. And then the chorus, which is starting on the second line on page 41 here, actually starts with a half note. It should be loud. It doesn't say anything. I like to make it loud, although you're up here. Typically a chorus is a little louder than the verse. Doesn't have to be, but a lot of times it is. Get to know it well enough that you can feel it, because you're not going to stay at the same dynamic level throughout. You're in that area. You can get louder and softer. Then speed-wise, well, this is where we put it back in cut time. We want to feel it in 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. The rhythms aren't a problem, I think, but let's do the notes. I'm not going to do the dynamics, so we're going to go really slow here. So I'm going to do this in 4/4 time, so I'm going to give us 3 counts, 3 quarter note counts, and let's come in then. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 4. Rest, rest, and 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest, and 4. 2, 3, 4. One and 2.